Hey guys, I'm Matt of Meat Church. Welcome to my outdoor kitchen right here in Texas. So today I'm super excited to share with you guys how to make this amazing venison 4-rib rack. This comes from my friends Maui Nui. This is Hawaiian wild venison. It's amazing tasting, rich in nutrients, super good, and I'm gonna show you a really straightforward way to make this for your family. Right here, what you've got, we've got two different 4-rib racks. This one came directly out of the package. You see the rib rack and you see a little extra piece of meat here. I actually held that meat up and filleted it away on this particular rack just to show you a couple of options on how you could prepare this. What we're gonna do is a really easy cook. I'm gonna season these rib racks. I'm gonna put them on a Traeger at 250 degrees with hickory pellets, and I'm gonna smoke them until they're about 120 degrees internal temperature. I'm gonna pull the rib rack off and I'm gonna slice them into chops or lollipops, and then we're gonna sear them in a cast iron skillet with butter and herbs for about 30 seconds aside, and then we're gonna eat. Today we're gonna use our Meat Church Holy Cow. This is our #1 seasoning. It's a mix of salt, pepper, garlic, a little bit of paprika. We're gonna season kind of up high and do what I call a moderate application on these. Now you can use some sort of binder if you want on your meat. If you want to like put some olive oil or something, you can, but you can see that these are sitting out here in Texas. They're nice and kind of wet. I don't think they necessarily need any sort of binder. And I like to season about 18 inches high so you get a nice even application on your meat. Don't be afraid to get messy with it. All right. This is kind of a pepper forward rub, but what I like to do with some of my venison is I like to add a little more coarse cracked pepper. So I've got some 16 mesh pepper that I'm just gonna sprinkle on the top. This is optional. Just kind of pat it on there. And there we go. And we're gonna let this sit up for 15 minutes or so this seasoning is nice and adhered. And after that, the Traeger should be up to temp at 250, and we're gonna put them on. All right, guys, our Traeger's up to 250 degrees, so it's time to put this venison on. You guys can see I've already got a cast iron skillet actually in here. I want it to start heating up. That's for the sear in the second step. Well, we've got these on. We want to get them to 120 degrees internal temperature. The smaller one's going to finish a little bit quicker, so I'll monitor it with an instant read thermometer. This one will take a little bit longer, and then we'll move to the next step. All right, guys, our 4-rib rack is up to temp. It's about 120 degrees internal temperature. This is the smaller one. The larger one's still on. This has rested for 10 minutes or so, and so I'm gonna take my chef knife and I'm gonna slice this into 4 chops, and then we're gonna put it in our hot cast iron skillet. We've got some really nice butter in there and some garlic, and we're gonna put rosemary, oregano, and thyme in the skillet, and here we go. We're just slicing down between the bones. Okay. I've got an insulated glove on so I can grab hot stuff. Still gonna get a towel because that skillet's nice and hot. Sprinkle our herbs in there. You can see we've got some really beautiful garlic that's been roasting. Whew, that smells good. And then we're gonna sear these chops. And this isn't gonna take too long. Kind of do this to your liking. It can be, 30 seconds, a minute aside. I normally would like to increase the temperature of the Traeger up pretty hot, 450 degrees or so. We've increased it a little bit, not quite that high, so our sear may take just a little bit longer, but at 450, I'd sear, 30, 45 seconds aside. We're gonna let that go for a minute. We're gonna flip them, sear the other side, and it's gonna be time to eat. All right, we should be good to go. We've just checked the temperature on this rib rack. It's actually to 120, so we'll sear it next. You can see here we've got great color on these chops. Remember, I've got an insulated glove on. Here we go. Woo! Look at those juicy, juicy. Man, that's looking good. And that's it. Again, a really straightforward way to make amazing venison for your family that's really, really good for you. This kind of speaks for itself. So without further ado, it's time for me to dig in. Thanks, guys.